Hello everyone and welcome to the video lecture series of mobile application development. Students, in our previous session we talked about how the list view works. We have seen that to implement the list view what we need? We need the adapters, right? Because adapters works as a bridge between the data sources and the list view components. So, in the same category of the list view, today we are going to learn about the grid view. Hello everyone, this is your instructor Janice Shah. So let's begin with to understand that how the grid view works, what are the properties of the grid view, and how we can implement grid view in our smartphone devices. So, when we talk about the students grid view, is a view group that displays your view components in grid. Now, let me take the example of your mobile phone gallery. If you have found that in your smartphone device or in an Android smartphone, you may get the gallery as a square boxes. Each and every images are as shown in a square boxes. This box layout is known as grid view. Fine. So your phone gallery is a very basic example of the grid view. Now, grid items are not necessary to predetermine, but the gray are automatically inserted in the layout file by using the list adapter. So what is happening over here? Same as the list view students, we are going to add our items in the grid view, okay, with the usage of adapters. Now, the adapter obviously it works as a bridge between the UI components and your data sources. The list view and the grid view both are the subclasses of the adapter view. That's why they can be populated by binding them to an adapter. Now, user can select any grid item by clicking on it, and the grid view is a default scrollable view. See, for the normal views we need to implement the scrollable view, but for the particular grid view we should not make to implement the scrollable view, because by default the grid view is a scrollable. So do not worry about the scroll view inside the grid view. So here, when you click on any grid item students, you can perform action over the particular item, either opening the particular image, or we can say just print out the toast messages or get some other actions as well. So let's learn about that. How can we get the grid view? So same as the list view, when I'm going to compare the grid view with my list view, what I'm going to do over here, I'm just going to make the grid view with the tag grid view inside my activity underscore main.xml file. So what is the first role over here? Students, you just need to write grid view, give the ID to it, the proper ID. Always remember the ID should be perfect and proper. Okay. And as well as you need to specify some layout width and height as well. So the first attribute is ID. You just need to define your grid view inside the activity underscore main.xml file. Now, let's talk about the other attributes of the grid view. See, the next, what is the very important attribute to the grid view? Students, that is number of columns. Because you need to specify that how many number of columns you want in your grid view. Okay. So here students, when we talk about the grid view, let me just change the pointer first, so we'll get the better idea. Okay. So here students, when we talk about the number of columns, wait a minute. Students, when we talk about the number of columns, so number of columns is defined by how many columns you need to show over there. Fine. It may be the integer value. See, if I want a grid of 3 columns, if I want a grid of 2 columns, then I will specify number of columns attribute as 2 or 3 respectively. So here, see, this is a number of column where I am going to create a grid of 4 different columns. Next, the other attribute of the grid view is horizontal spacing. The horizontal spacing is the attribute is used to space between two different grids. Okay, so if this is a grid item 1, this is a grid item 2, if I want to give some space between both of them, then I can give it by using the attribute horizontal spacing. Remember, the values of the horizontal spacing should be in a pixel or dp or sp as well. So it is such like this. You can write down the horizontal spacing like 50 dp. This can be used to give the space between two different grade items. Next is vertical spacing. So as the horizontal spacing is used to give the space between two different grid items horizontally, here the vertical space is used to give the space between two different grid items vertically. So this is how you can write down the vertical spacing. Next, the column width. Students, the column width specifies the fixed width of each and every column. Okay, if you have specified the fixed width, then you can write down the column width attribute. Next, the grid view. So let's begin with the practical of the grid view. But I am going to show that what we are going to do in the practical. Okay, so let me show you. First, what we are going to do, students, we are just going to create a grid view inside the activity underscore main.xml file. Okay, and to maintain the layout of that particular grid view, students, I am going to create another file that contains text view in it. Okay, see what is happening over here. I am going to create a grid underscore layout underscore view.xml file. This file is only the layout XML file. That means it should not contain any Java file. So you can see this is not the activity, but it is the layout XML file. That's why there is no Java class is over here. Fine. Now, when we talk about the next thing, so here it is the activity underscore main.xml file is there, and the grid view that contains the text view. So inside this grid underscore layout underscore view.xml file space, I am going to take one text view over there. Okay. So main activity of Java file is used to bind the data and define the view components by using the adapter. So here what we have. So very first, we are going to define the grid view inside the activity underscore main.xml file. This is my grid view where I am given the layout underscore grid as a matched parent, layout underscore height as a matched parent. Number of columns are 3. ID is grid view ex. This of the things are go away. But the other two parameters are vertical spacing is 4 dp. Fine. First, just need to specify a grid view tag inside your main underscore right activity underscore main.xml file. Next, on the next list we have the create XML file for the grid view that contains only the text. See, what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to show my text view as a form of grid inside my grid view. Okay, so this is a linear layout. Inside the linear layout, I'm going to take one text view. We are doing like grid view text view ID, wrap content, hide wrap content, text is bold, margin left is 10 dp, margin top is 5 dp, padding is 4 dp, text size is 15 dp, and the text color is whatever you want. Okay, so now it's time to start with the main activity.java file, where we are going to bind the data inside the view using the normal adapter. Sir, why is the normal adapter over here? Students, because in the grid view we have only one text. So usually if you want to show your data of the array in only one view component, then we should go with the normal adapter classes. Fine. So here this is my main activity.java file that explains the app compact activity class. So to bind the data with the grid with the text view, I'm going to define the two different variables. One is a grid view, second one is a text view, and then take the services as a physiotherapy diabetic care. So this is nothing but it's my string array. Okay. Now inside my on create method, I should bind my XML values with the Java. That's why this is the binding the view. And last, what you need to do, you just need the array adapter, single array adapter, because you have only one text view over there. Okay, so just take array adapter. Array adapter is for a new array adapter. This comma, you need to specify the layout file, that is r.layout.grid layout view. See,
this is the file where we have defined our text view, and comma, what you need to give, you just need to give the text view ID and comma services, the details of the array, what data you want to show inside your grid. Fine. So last step is just set your adapter inside the grid view. So grid view dot set adapter array, and then run the code. Students, what is the main thing over here? Then after running the code, if you want to apply some click event over there, you can do by this. See, this is my grid view dot set on item click listener. Okay, you just need to apply what you want. You just want to apply when you click on something, it will show the item details. So what I will do over here, see, string data value is equal to array adapter dot get item of position. So if I click on the physiotherapy, then it will return the position of the physiotherapy and give me the item name of that particular position, and value will be shown as value is equal to physiotherapy. Now you can also make the toast over there. So first I just store my data into the string and then make a toast message over there. So here it is. How it looks like, or when we run this particular code, how our application will look like. This all things we'll see in the practical parts. So now let's move towards the grid view practical part.
So students, let's move towards the practicals of the grid view. So here, as I will show you, see, first what we need to make, same as the list view examples, grid view also works with the adapters. Okay, we have already seen in the PPT part that how can we use the adapters to show the various data in the form of grid view. See, the first what we need to make over here, first we are going to make the activity underscore main.xml file. Students, this file contains the whatever the only part of grid view. So just make your grid view in the activity main.xml file. See, I just keep the constraint layout as it is. I didn't change anything over here. So let me just show my code to you. So here what we have, see, we have the grid view over here. The layout width of the grid view is match parent. Layout height is also the match parent. Do not forget to give the number of columns over here. See, the number of columns are very much important to you, because if you give the number of columns 2, that means it will represent the 2 grids in a column. But if you didn't specify the number of columns in the grid view, then it works as the same as a list view. There is no difference between list view and grid view if you didn't specify the number of columns. Now next, here the ID is given as a grid view ex. So grid view example, that is my ID. Okay, these are the constraint. Okay, so I don't go much deeper in this, but this is a horizontal spacing and this is a vertical spacing. See, the horizontal and vertical spacing are used to give the space between 2 grids, okay, as a horizontally and vertically respectively. Fine. So this is just contains only the grid view. Now what you need to do, you just need to click right click on the layout, just give the right click, go to the new and set the layout resource file. In this file, students, you need to specify your XML data. So whatever the type of the layout you want, you need to specify over here. Fine. See, the grid underscore view underscore ex underscore 2. If this is my file name and the by default is a constraint layout, you can leave it as it is if you want. Otherwise, you can also change it to the linear layout. Now let's just build up. Now this is what we have. This is my grid layout view. See, this grid layout view consists in what view type you want to show your data. If you want to show data in the form of buttons, then you need to specify button over here. If you want to show the data in the form of text view, then you need to specify the text view over here. If you want to show the images in a grid view, same as our gallery, then students, you need to specify the image view over here. Fine. So what you want to show, that you need to specify over here. So this is our the grid view example. This is a code. what I want to do, see, this is the grid view with the text view only. This is the under the grid view example, students. I can specify anything. If I want to take the image view over here, okay, the width is wrap content, height is wrap content. Let me give the ID to it. The ID can be ID is img view 1, okay, and but do not forget to specify the source of the image. Okay, let me take the IC launcher over here. If you want to check the design part, then you can check it over here as well. So we'll get the idea how it will look like. See, this is my image. Fine. So I didn't specify any constraint to it. So obviously I need to specify the constraint. Let me just give the constraint this and this. Okay, fine. So now what happens? Let me just write down the next part. After giving the constraint, what is very much necessary in this? ID is already given. The image source is already given. Now, image scale type I need to want as a fit xy. Fine. So that's it for the image. I have just done with my image. Now if you want to set your text view as well, then you can also do that as a text view. Width is wrap content, height is wrap content. Keep the text as demo is my text. Okay, now if I want to set up the text on the right side of it, this image view, then I can also migrate over here. Okay, let me just keep it little bit big, so we can give the text size over here. Text size bold. Okay, text size is 15 dp over here. So let me just give it a 25 dp. Fine. So the text size is already given to this. Now let me just zoom something. So I will get the better idea that how we can set it. Let me just keep connected with this demo and keep this over here. Fine. So students, what we have, see, just set up some margin over here for the images. Okay. So what we have one image and the one text view over here. Fine. Okay. So, but in the grid layout, the text view should be on the bottom of this. So let me just remove this constraint for the demo. Okay, and let me just keep the demo over here. Let me give this constraint to this and this constraint to particular this. Okay, fine. So what happens? So this will be our, okay, that under the image what we have some text over here. Okay, so you can set the data like this. Fine. So next, when we move forward, so this is just an example. Let me get back to our example where we have taken only one text field. Okay, so here what we are going to do is we are just going to show, I am just going to show you that how can we show the only text view over here. So text view in a grid format. Okay, so this is our text view. I already give the ID to it. The height and width is a wrap content. Margin left is already given. Padding is already given. Text size is given. Text color is already given. Now, what's happened over here? After creating this layout file, you can directly move towards your main activity.java file, where we are going to bind some static data which is written in the string format to this particular text field. Fine. So let me show you the main activity.java file. So here what we have, see. So this is first we need to make the object of the grid view. This is I have just written the grid view and created the string called as services. Services like physiotherapy, diabetic care, ECG, EMG, CT scan, EEG, nutrition care. See, I just want to show the services in the form of grid view. That's why I've taken this. Okay. Now, under the protected void on create method, these two lines are already there in your code. So what do you need to add? See, first you need to bind your grid view over here. So I'm just going to bind my grid view. So just get the grid view over here. So students, I just get the grid view over here. Then bind the text view with this. Okay. Then I need to take the adapter over here. So this is my array adapter, which is I'm going to use because my all the data in the form of the array. So this is array adapter, creating the object of the array adapter, new array adapter context this, then r.layout.ok. Now this here what you need to specify over there. whatever the layout file you want to bind over here, that you need to specify. See, my layout file is grid underscore view underscore layout underscore view.xml. Fine. So I need to specify the layout underscore grid layout view. Next, in the what form of the data you want to show? I want to show the data in the form of text view. So I specify over there. And the last one is the whatever the amount of data you want to show, that is the services, that is our array. That's it. And then you just need to set the adapter. So this in the grid view, the object of the grid view over here, dot set adapter array adapter. Fine. So this is the only first way that you can specify and or create a grid view. What is happening over here? All the data of my services will be represented in the form of the text view, which is shown over here. Okay, and we have written about it. See, all the data of services array will be shown in the form of the text view, which is set in the layout grid view, grid underscore layout view, and this layout view will be settled in activity main.xml in this particular grid. How? Because we set up the grid view, which we have the adapter, which works as a bridge between the data and the adapter views. What are the adapter views? Like grid view, list view, and the spinner. So what are the data we have? The data in the form of string. So we are using the array adapter over here to which is working as a bridge between the adapter view, that means the grid view, and our data string format. Fine. So finally, let me just run this code and show you that how it works. But before that, let me just give you another code that on the click of the each and every item, I am going to show some toast message over there. So for that, you need to type like this, that grid view dot set on item click listener. See, each and every data considered as an item in the list view as well as in the grid view. Fine. So you need to set on item click listener, new adapter view dot on item click listener. Then the method is overridden by the particular function is on item click, which contains 4 different parameters: parent, view, position, and ID. Students, first what I'm going to take, I just want the data, whatever the data I clicked on it, I want to get the value of that. So you can get like this, array adapter dot get item position. See, if you didn't write like this, data is equal to array adapter dot get item, then it will show an error because you need to convert this particular string into two string method. So after writing the two string, the error will be gone. But what I did, I just appended this particular value with the string, so it will automatically convert it in the string. Like the value, just a minute, value is equal to this array adapter dot get item position. So when you click on something, the item position will be reflected over here, and then it will return the value of the particular item and stored in the data string, and then we are going to show it as a toast message over here. Fine. So let me run this program and show you that how it works. So students, finally the application will run. So let me just show you that how it works. Okay, so here it is. See, this all are the text views that we can see. Okay, now when I click on a nutrition care, it will, the value is value nutrition care. We can see that. Students, if you're not able to see this properly, let me just keep it my screen. No, it cannot be bigger. So let me just change the text view size instead of 10 dp to 20 dp. I run this application again, so we'll get the better idea for this. Let me just keep it instead of 20, let me just keep it at 15 dp. Okay, and run this application again. So finally, yes, this is a very good view. See, when we click on the CT scan, it will represent the value as CT scan. When we click on the EEG, it will be show me the value is EEG. Fine. So students, that's it for the today's lecture. In the next session, we are going to talk about the grid view, with image view and the text view both. Till that, if you have any doubt in the grid view, then please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much.